Adding resources and resource groups are two of the main things that we do in Microsoft Azure. Let's first take a look at Azure resources. They include a lot of different things. Now, these resources can be added manually or automatically if you set up scaling to work that way. But in most cases, we're going to add these manually. Starting with storage. Storage, of course, includes hard drives with various different types of speeds, and you can choose the hot or cool or cold type of storage depending on how you're going to be accessing it. Then you have virtual machines. Virtual machines are going to be part of infrastructure as a service, where you'll be in charge of doing Windows updates, installing applications, choosing storage and access. Then we have databases. Databases are part of platform as a service, where you will bring in the application and go ahead and store the data inside these databases that you can then rent from Microsoft Azure. And there's multiple different types of databases as well. Then there's network security groups. These are created automatically when you create a virtual machine, but you can also use network security groups for other types of networking, such as connecting from your on-premises local area network into the Azure cloud. Resources sit inside resource groups. They contain those resources and should be created and deleted together. So that means that if you decide to delete your resource group, first you need to delete all the resources in it and then delete your resource group. However, if you decide you're going to keep your resource group, you can add and delete individual resources as needed. So you don't have to delete the resource groups every time you delete a resource. It's just if you plan on deleting all of your resources at one time. And remember that resources can only exist in one resource group at a time. You cannot have storage or virtual machine or databases exist in multiple different resource groups. They only sit in this one resource group bucket at a time. I'm in Microsoft Azure, and we can do a search for resource groups, or if you see it in your list, just go ahead and click on resource groups. And you're going to see the resource groups that are in this particular tenant. Now, this tenant I've had around for a long time. I've created a lot of different types of demonstrations, so you're going to see a lot of different resource groups. It doesn't cost anything to create an additional resource group. So if I click on Create, I can choose my subscription, then choose my group name. I'll call this one RG2 for Resource Group 2, and then you can choose your region. Remember that regions are part of the different data centers that are all over the world. So choose the region that's closest to you. I could choose US West 2 or just US West, whichever I'd like to choose. Sometimes one of the types of regions is going to be overloaded more than the other, so it's not a bad idea to go ahead and mix up some of the different regions when you create your resource groups. And when I'm all done, I can choose Next or Review and Create. In this case, if you wanted to have any tags, as I've shown in previous videos, you can add them here. And now we have Create. Now I have my new RG2. So I'll click on Refresh so we can see our new group. And there you see it at the bottom. Now currently there are no resources in it. So we can certainly go back to All Services, and then I can create a resource such as a virtual machine. And when I create that, I can choose my new resource group, or I can create a whole new group or pick any other group I've already created. So here you can see the resource group, and I should see RG2 in this list, and there it is. Resources and resource groups are the main reason we use Azure and are important parts of our AZ900 exam.